Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel, The Light of Divine Love. I'm your host, Kelly Miller. I just want to say thank you for joining us today. You're amazing. I love you. You're beautiful. And today we're going to talk about day number 2 at Impact. And this experience is going to be very life-changing for me. And we're going to start right now. So we're back at the center. It's 11 a.m. and Dion is asking how we all feel, and a lot of us are not very happy. We're very tired and not sure about the experience that we're getting ready to go through. So Dion asked if anybody would like to come up and share anything. And this young lady goes up, and I'm not going to say her name. She's about now 30 years old and had been abused her whole life. And when I use the word abused, it covers everything. And she starts telling us about an uncle that had been abusing her ever since she was 4 years old. And this had gone on for many years. And when she told her mom or dad, they didn't believe her, and they called her a liar. And no matter how much she tried to not be around this person, that person was always around her, found a way. And one of the things that he used to say to her when she was very young is, "Don't you ever get fat. I won't love you anymore." So as this girl is getting older and all this abuse continues to keep happening to her, she turns to the one thing that doesn't reject her, which is food. And after about some time, she starts gaining weight, and this person starts becoming more verbally abusive, as well as all the other abuse that she has been taking from this character. And she's crying. She is in tears because her whole life, nobody ever believed her about this abuse that she had been experiencing. And she went into very great details about everything that had happened to her. And my heart is breaking. Everybody in the sanctuary is crying because now we see what this program is really about. It is really truly about tackling that pain that has been caused in your life, that you have stuffed and stuffed and stuffed. And now this young lady is letting it go. And she was on the stage for about 3 hours because she just cried so much with what she had been feeling. But she was also crying because she was relieving herself of these things that she had kept to herself. And again, you know, abuse goes a lot of ways, and especially with, you know, don't ever get fat, I won't love you, you'll be ugly, you'll be worthless, you won't be any good to me. All those things affected her, and that self-doubt that she had always told herself, that she was unworthy of love, that she was fat, that she was ugly, and that no one would love her. Now that pain is out of her body, and she is now being able to really let go of what has been holding her back. And so we all get up, we all walk up to the stage, and we hug her. And we're all crying because we feel her emptiness, we feel her loneliness, we feel the rejection that she had been experiencing for so long in her life. And we're all just hugging her and we're crying. And this is the moment where we're now going to become a unit together. And they give us a break and we go to lunch, and I'm talking with my buddy, and we're trying not to cry about what we just heard because again, I went through the same abuse. He experienced similar abuse in his life. And we go back to the center, and we're sitting there, and Dan comes up and he goes, Does anybody have anything they want to share? I go up, get on the stage. Dion goes, what do you want to say? And so I tell them everything from my abuse as a child to the abuse by a teacher, by a staff member who abused me on a camping trip. And I told them about the foster care. And one of the things that I didn't mention in the beginning, because I saved it for now, was when I was in the foster care, the teacher that had abused me called me at the location, even though my mom never called. And all he wanted to know was, did I say anything to anybody? Because during this time, when I was a little kid, he used to say, well, if you tell anybody, the foster system is going to take you away and you'll live in foster care the rest of your life. So as I'm sharing this experience about this abuse that I've been holding into my life that I've never told anybody, I am crying, I'm in tears. And Dion brings up a chair. And so I'm on the stage. He goes, get on the chair. And he goes, keep talking. So I tell him about Janice. I tell him about Teresa, about Juliet, about Karen 1, all the substances that I've been doing, all the alcohol. Now, understand, I've been doing these things since I'm 12. I am now soon to be 25. And he tells me to turn around on the chair. So I turn around, he goes, close your eyes. And he's walking around the stage as I'm on the chair. And he asks me, how do I feel? I say, I feel like dying. He goes, why? I go, because of the pain, because of the hurt that I've experienced in my whole life has always been some kind of pain beyond my control. And he goes, what do you see right now? So I tell him, I close my eyes. Well, he tells me to close my eyes. He goes, what do you see right now? And I'm standing on a pillar. I can see the sun. It's a clear blue sky. There's just nothing around me. It's kind of like, I want to say New Mexico, Arizona, where they have those long rock pillars. And he goes, what else do you feel? I go, I feel lonely. I feel unworthy. I don't ever feel good about myself. That I've always been told that I'll never account to be anything. I'm worthless. I'm stupid. No one cares. Why do you live here? Go away. And he goes, so what do you want to do? I go, I just want to die. I don't want to do it anymore. And he goes, then jump. So in my mind's eye, I'm on this pillar. I can't do anything. And I just jump. And at that moment in my life, I had a spiritual death and a spiritual awakening. As I'm jumping off this chair, I have no idea what's happening. In my mind, I am falling off this pillar, and I could see the sun as my body is racing towards the ground. And this all happened in 3 seconds. And as I'm in the air, floating backwards, they catch me. It was the greatest, most overwhelming feeling of love I had ever experienced in my life. It was like the hands of God caught me right there, knowing one of his children is going to die. And at that moment, I broke down like I've never cried before in my entire life. All the pain, all the suffering, all the doubt is gone. I felt so light, as if I could float. And the whole room is holding me. Everyone is crying. I'm crying. And at that moment, I became a new person. I felt alive in a way. Even though when I'm crying, I'm totally just in tears. There was just a peace that came over my heart. Like I said, it was just like God's hand just going, I got you. You're going to be okay. And they laid me down and they let me cry to compose myself. And after a few minutes, I went back to my seat, and that changed everything in that entire room. I had no idea how I touched people with what I had just done. They have told me that people had stood there for hours and then got off the chair and walked off the stage. They never seen someone do what I did. And I don't even know what I did besides just jump. And after that, people started sharing more of their struggles and their challenges in their lives. And again, with the one young lady that had been abused her whole life, she helped inspire people because it inspired me to go up onto that stage and get rid of this baggage that I've been carrying for so long in my life. And the next person who shared, they had struggles. They had adult struggles. And now their wife is going to hear their struggles. You have people that have other substance abuses that they've been hiding from their spouse. You're going to hear about that. And everybody now is really starting to unite and come together because, again, in this room, there is no judgment, there is no shame, and there is no guilt. When I talked about my abuse, they didn't come up to me and ask me to tell them more. It wasn't about that. They heard it, they knew it, and it was done with. And so now everybody is coming together and they're starting to share their experiences, their pain, and their, I want to say, things that they have done to hurt themselves and other people are now becoming they're just sharing because they want to get it out. And this became a great experience for all of us because now we can now comfort one another and be there as a unit. And sometimes in our lives we don't have enough support, we don't have the right friend support that we need. And now we're building a trusted group of compassion and love for one another, where just the day before my experience of you is this, and now today we are hugging and crying and releasing a lot of this pain. So this experience really, really opened my eyes to how do I love myself? And loving myself is about being honest and being truthful. Did I make a mistake? Yes. Am I accountable? Yes. Am I going to do that again? No. Even though we still find our way of doing those same things. So this was a very beautiful day for us. We really, really were able to connect with one another and be there for one another in an environment where it was safe to share these things. And you could see in the facilitator's face, Dion, Scott, Tony, Edward, that breakthroughs are now starting to happen. And right now I'm gonna end the story with this, because this was again, a very emotional day for me and for a lot of people. And again, I want to cry because when I reflect on my experience, especially my spiritual death and awakening, it it just makes me want to cry. And again, I thank you for listening to these stories. I hope they touch you and inspire you in a way to ask yourself, what's going on in your life? What are you challenged with? And how can you overcome that? I will put a link in these videos regarding impact down below so that if anybody is interested in wanting to experience what I experienced, it is there for you. As a disclaimer, I don't work for Impact. I'm not recruiting from Impact. I'm not financed or paid by Impact. This is just my own story of what I experienced that I wanted to share with people to give you some empowerment to believe that you can take back your own life, the power in your life that you have, and work towards creating a better loving, compassionate, caring relationships with people in your life. Because at the very end, that's truly all that we have on this planet are the people that are in our lives. And so we have to learn to value them, appreciate them, acknowledge them, and be there for them and inspire them. So I'm gonna get ready to read some angel oracle cards for us here today and see about how these may empower us, encourage us, inspire us to, again, just be a little more compassionate in the world that we live in, because we never really know what somebody else has been experiencing. So we're going to read this one right here. My favorite number, 1717, self-reliance. Time has come to rely on your knowledge, your wisdom, and your ambition. You have an important soul mission and life purpose. Leaning on your inner strength will allow more of your path to unfold ahead. And then there's our affirmation. As I take leadership of my life brings a flow of good fortune and good blessings. That's very beautiful. Knowledge is the only thing that we could share for free, and wisdom to be able to see things that are happening and ask yourself, how is this going to benefit me? You have an important mission and life purpose. Leaning on your inner strength will allow more of your path to unfold as you connect to yourself. And again, if you start meditating, which would be great, you will be able to relate to things in your life when you see other people struggle. And you'll be able to learn how to be more compassionate towards other people. Let me see if there's anything else I want to see here. As I take leadership of my life and bring flow and good fortune and blessings. In the earlier video that I shared about the lady that I gave the money to who needed diapers, the generosity that you have when you give to other people, you open up that door for those blessings. Love and kindness is something free, and when you do those things and you are open to giving those things, it opens that door for you to be able to connect and get your blessing in this world. That's a very beautiful message. Self-reliance. Let me get another shuffle here. Bam. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It's been beautiful out here where I live, very hot, and I'm glad to be inside the AC. Celebrate. Celebrate. You're being asked to celebrate a recent accomplishment, no matter how big or small. Do something special to commemorate the moment. You deserve that and so much more. That's very beautiful. Celebrate. Sometimes, even for myself, I don't take any time to really do anything for myself because I'm always preoccupied with something else. And so for myself and even for you, how this may show up for you is to find those times to celebrate any accomplishment, whether it is, getting a new job, writing a song, writing a book, running a mile. I'm not a runner, so I don't ever run. But when you do something, you feel good about yourself and you're able to, appreciate your effort that you put into the things that you are doing in your life. And that's a very beautiful card. I like that one very much. All right, we are almost done. I got one left. All right. Bam. Oh, my other lucky number. 2828. Confidence. I radiate confidence and self-assurance. I believe in my abilities and trust in my potential. With confidence, I pursue my goals and create the life I desire. That's really amazing. I believe that this will resonate for a lot of people because, again, confidence is really important in anything that you do in your life, because without that, the self-doubt, I'm not good enough, I can't accomplish this, will always be a lingering factor in your life. I believe in my abilities and trust in my potential. Trust, that's a key word right here. You have to trust yourself with the skills that you have been given. Like I said before in another video, every one of us has been given a gift, a talent that we possess. And those gifts are special for you. And you have to trust in yourself with your ability to execute those gifts that you have. The other thing I like it is, with confidence, I pursue my goals and create the life that I desire. My goal is to just be a professional musician and to play concerts. And that experience will open up doors for me that will allow me to have the life that I desire, which is traveling, performing, meeting people, and being a light of inspiration for others. I have self-doubt, and I have to deal with it every day, and those things can and do affect me and will affect you. So I really think that this card is very beautiful. I radiate confidence and self-assurance. Self-assurance only comes within from you, because like they always say, no one else is going to believe in you. You got to believe in yourself, and that is a big factor. And the great thing about all these cards, truly, when you really look at them, is I'm going to just use it here, is I'm going to say self-reliance, because when you give your all, other people see that, and then they're willing to be a part of what you're doing. And if you are not able to do those things, and getting that support that you need it might fall through, and then you're back at doubt. So I really love those cards. They're very beautiful, and I hope that this story inspires you and empowers you to live the most beautiful life that you can live. Be truthful to yourself, be honest with yourself. And again, in another episode that we will talk about at the Impact Story, will it be about a key word, which is, how do you show up? So I thank you very much for watching. It's been my pleasure to be here. You're beautiful. I love you. You're amazing. And the world wouldn't be the same without you. And have a good night. And again, thank you for watching.
People will come and people will go, but most of this world aren't worth it to know. This life might deal you one or two true friends, so fight for what's yours till this life comes to an end. Some will try tempting your heart's desire, lifting you up while they set you afire. So don't ever keep your true feelings in check, 'cause nothing's worth losing your self-respect.